Hello friends, I welcome you to this DP203 certification, Data Engineering on Microsoft Azure. And I'm very delighted to have you join me on this course, which is bound to be an educational and delightful adventure in the world of DP203. First of all, let me congratulate you for considering taking the DP203 exam, which is one of the very hot certificates right now in the current job market. Now on talent.com, we can see that the expected salary of the data engineer is above $150,000. But actually, if you are expert in this field, you can expect to have more than $200,000 salary. And according to dice.com, data engineer remains top in demand job. Now, if you look at the top trending job titles, data engineer top the list with 88% year-over-year growth. Now, Microsoft has already expired all of its MCSA certificates like SQL 2016 and so on by June 30, 2020. And all the MTA certificates also like Database Fundamental are also going to retire by June 30, 2022. So that means Microsoft is actually focusing on Azure as of now. And you can see that according to recent studies, 28% people mentioned that they have increased their salary after doing certification. Now, I'm telling you all of this just to motivate you so that you take this firm decision to complete this certification. Now, coming back to Microsoft official page here, we have this 203 certification, and you can find out all the details that what is the expectation of a candidate who is appearing for this certification. And if you scroll down, you can see that it is going to cost you $165 if you are in US. But if you change your country, for example, if I select India here, you can see that it is going to cost you 4,800 rupees. Now you can schedule your exam here, and if you scroll down further, you can see that there are 4 objectives basically they want to test in the exam. The first one is data storage. Data storage means mostly they want to ask about the blob storage or data lake, your relational databases like Synapse or SQL database, Cosmos DB. So all of these data storage, and you can see that this is going to have 40 to 45% weightage. And then they talk about how you process your data, for example, the data factory or streaming analytics and those kind of technologies. How you're going to secure your data. Now in the course, I have not created data security as a separate module, but actually when I was talking about these data stores, I added security related stuff there itself. And then finally, Microsoft wants to know that how you can monitor and optimize your data storage and your data processing capabilities. Now this course I have designed from very basic, so you don't need to go through any other course. But if you are absolute beginner in database, for example, if you are coming from non-IT background or you don't know even the basics of database, I would suggest you to take a look at this course DP900, which is a basic fundamental course on data service. Now, once you complete your exam, you're going to get this badge as well as this certificate, which you can mention on your resume, on social media like LinkedIn, and this definitely help you to prioritize your resume in front of your hiring manager. Alright, so who are the intended audience for this course? Anyone who wants to clear a DP203 certification exam should take this course, or anyone who wants to learn Azure Data Services in general can take this course. Now, there is no prior certification you need to take a DP203 certification, but as I said, if you are very new in your database journey, you can start with the DP900 course. So the expectation is basically you should know at least very basic database concepts. Hello friends, in this lesson we are going to talk about some important information about 203 exam. The very first thing I want to make sure that we all understand is that 203 is not an easy exam. Unless you have very good experience on Azure Data Services, actually you have to learn, understand and remember a lot. So don't take this as a race. Take your time, learn step by step, and we will achieve our goal. And the next thing where many students I've seen that their concern is, do they need to have any programming knowledge or experience? No, you do not. You do not need to know PowerShell or CLI or Python or Scala or any of these languages. Actually, the exam will be based on your knowledge about Azure. You may see some code there, but that code will be very easy enough. You'll just look at that code and you will understand. Basically, their intention is to check whether you understand Azure data services concept or not. They will not check your programming knowledge or experience. Now exam duration is going to be 180 minutes. You are going to get few extra minutes, like 20 extra minutes to read instructions and do other formality. But for the exam itself, you'll get around 180 minutes, and you're going to see around 50-55 questions, not less than 40 and not greater than 60. Now another important thing is that to clear this exam, you need 700 points. Now these are points, not 70%, where many students are confused. 700 points means that all questions are not of the same weightage. So for example, there may be a case study or some difficult question which may weightage like say 50 points. Other may be true or false question may weightage 10 points. So if you clear this question, you are going to get 50 points. And to clear this question, you will get just 10 points. So it's not like 70% answers you have to correct. You have to get total 700 questions. And another important point is partially correct answer also have points. So if multiple select answer, if there are 3 right answers but you make only 2 right answers, you will get some points for these 2. Right? And of course there is no negative marking, so you have to answer all the questions. Now what are different types of question? Multiple choice question, that means out of many options only one answer is correct. Multiple select question, that means more than one answer is correct and you have to select all of them. Multiple select and arrange them in the right sequence. So that means you don't have to just figure out the right choices, but you also have to arrange them in the right order. So for example, let's say choices are A, B, C, D. Now you have to figure out B and then A and then D, So you have to make the right sequence. Mostly in poly-based kind of questions, we see these types of questions, and we'll discuss this during the course. And then you have the drop down, you have the true, false, and then you have the case study. That means you'll have a kind of quite a big case study of couple of paragraphs. They'll give you the situation, you have to understand that. And they will ask a few questions based on that case study, that according to situation given in that case study, you have to answer those questions. And there's another point where many students are concerned, or they ask that there are no labs in this exam. So there are no question like where you have to log in into the console or the portal and you have to do particular steps. There are no lab in this exam. All right, so I hope that this video answered some of your questions related to 203 exam. Thank you very much.